Alright, so welcome back to my channel, you guys. Want to go ahead and do my May favorites. I know I'm a little bit late, you guys, but if you know my whole situation with my suitcase in New York, then you know. But if you don't know, watch my last video. But I have all my products back, and I have a lot you guys to talk about. So you want to stick around and see what they are, then go ahead and keep on watching. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and pick up random items from the box. I'm in no order at all. The first one is a Morphe Continuous Scented Mist. And you guys, I know this is nothing new at all, but I am so in love with the spray because once you go ahead and spray it on your face, it makes your makeup look so natural and just like skin-like. And I don't know what I was doing before this because I do love my Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Scented Spray. That one is really, really good, but at the same time, it doesn't give me like that skin-like look that I'm going for. And of course, the best part is the spray itself, you guys. It is so fine and you don't feel it on the face at all. I just love spraying this all over my face, and I am obsessed with it because it's not too expensive. It is about $16, but you can go ahead and use your Ulta coupons and save a little bit of money. So this is my new baby. I'm obsessed with it, and my skin just looks so like nice and glowy, and yeah. Okay, so the next one I do have is a YSL Instant Matte Pore Refiner Primer. And this baby right here for YSL, I was expecting it to be like $40, $50 because they're a very high-end brand. If I can get it out the box. But with this, you guys, I love it because it controls my oils really, really nicely. And also, it's not like those, how do I describe it? Those oil control primers that ball up on the face and get really, you know, chunky, if you know what I mean. This is a very nice primer because once you put it on the skin, it literally blends into the skin really nicely, and it does have a little bit of a tint on it, but once you blend it out, it just blends into the skin. And I will say it controls my oils for about 6 to 7 hours, which is fine. I wish it went a little bit longer than that, but 6 to 7 hours is still a long time. And the other thing it does claim is it's a pore refiner. For me personally, you guys, I do have large pores in my cheek areas, and it doesn't really fill it in, but it controls my oils, so I'm gonna go ahead and overlook that. But I've been really, really loving this primer. And before I do forget to mention, it does have that YSL scent to it. It is a little bit strong. For me, it's not too strong, but I know some people out there are a little bit sensitive to smell, so just want to go ahead and put it out there. If you don't like smells in your products, this one is probably not for you. So moving on to my Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. This baby, you guys, I was never planning on buying it. I used to see a bunch of reviews on it, but I never thought to go ahead and purchase it myself. But when I was at Sephora, you guys, the girl went ahead and came up to me and told me to set my face, I should use a translucent powder. And honestly, I've never been into translucent powders for the face. I feel like it's more for baking and setting your under eyes. But when it comes to setting my face, y'all, this, I am so in love with it because I used to use tinted powders, and with that, it will look a little bit too cakey on the face and kind of alter the color of my foundation concealer. But with this, it doesn't have any color to it, of course. But let me show you guys what it looks like. Of course, it looks a little bit scary because it has that white beige color to it. But trust me, on the face, you guys, it doesn't really show up. And the best part is it's really finely milled on the skin. You can go ahead and just blend it, and it just blends right in, you guys. If you apply the right amount, it won't look too ashy on the face. But for me, I just, you know, apply a little bit on the face and I'm good to go. But I just love the way it blends out. It doesn't give me flashback. I know a lot of people were asking about that in my last video. It doesn't give me any flashback on the face. It just sets my foundation, my concealer, and everything is good to go. So I know it's a little bit pricey because it's Hourglass, you guys, but honestly, I think it will last me a long time. How much is in here actually? It has about 0.36 ounces and 10.5 grams. So that's a lot of product, I think. I'm not sure exactly, but with this, I don't think I need too much for the whole entire face, so it should last me a long time. So when it comes to orange correctors, I feel like a lot of people don't use it anymore. At least I don't see it when people do their tutorials. But for me, I have to use an orange corrector, you guys, because I feel like my foundation doesn't look as good. Even my under eyes, it just doesn't look as good if I don't apply an orange corrector. So I went to the MAC website and I picked up their orange corrector. And with this, you guys, I love the consistency because it is not liquid. I feel like liquid orange correctors on my skin, at least, it doesn't give me a lot of coverage, but with this, it's a cream product and it has a little bit of tackiness to it, so it doesn't move at all on the skin. But I mean, I don't really have to say too much about an orange corrector. You guys get the point. If you're looking for a very good like orange corrector that has some coverage to it and it doesn't move at all, I do recommend this one. All right, so this next product right here, you guys, I get so excited for because I feel like everybody needs this, and it's a Lilly Lash Tray. Honestly, guys, I didn't know about this before. I don't know why. I feel like maybe people out there know, but I didn't know personally. But when it comes to letting my glue dry on my lashes, I used to struggle so much because I would put it on a table and on a mirror or wherever else, and I noticed that the glue wouldn't dry perfectly on my lashes, and when I put it on my eyes, you guys, I would struggle so much. But with this, when you go ahead and put the lashes up here upright, it just lets the glue dry perfectly, and once I put it on my eyes, you guys, I am not struggling as much. And the best part is it's only $5. I know it sounds crazy for Lilly lashes, but it's only $5, so it's so cheap and affordable. But I don't know, maybe I'm a little bit too excited for this, but I feel like everybody out there needs this. So if you're looking for a lash tray, pick this one up. All right, so at Ulta, I went ahead and picked up their brow powder in the shade dark brown. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because it's pretty self-explanatory, but I used to pick up the Anastasia brow powder, which I love, of course, but this, you guys, is a fraction of the price. I think I paid about $10 for this, so with the coupon it's probably like $8, $7. But with this, it's so pigmented, you guys. It doesn't move at all on the brows and it looks so natural. I do have it on today and it gives me like that very hair-like look that I'm always going for when it comes to my brows. And honestly, I feel like a lot of people go ahead and spend a lot of money on high-end products, but honestly, there's so many dupes out there to look for, and this was one of them. And honestly, when I saw this online, you guys, I just knew I was gonna love it because it reminds me of the Anastasia brow powder. And also, I read all the reviews online and they were so positive, and there was not really anything bad people were saying about this product. So I went to the store, picked it up, tried it for myself, and it's actually bomb. So that's all I have to say about it. Pick this up. It's good. Yeah. Okay, so I only have 3 more products left, and the first one I do want to talk about is the Endless Possibilities palette from Focallure, and you guys have seen this on my channel twice already. But these shades in here, you guys, every time I see it, I get so inspired because it has a lot of neutrals in here, a lot of color, a lot of mattes and whatnot. And I just think it's the perfect palette because when they told me go ahead and pick any eyeshadow palette on their website, I was just like, there's so many options. What should I pick? But I saw so many good reviews on this one, so I went ahead and grabbed it. But let me give y'all some good swatches because y'all need to see the pigmentation on this. All right, so these are what the swatches look like, you guys, and don't judge me because I'll try to make it very quick and easy. But these are so creamy and pigmented, and I just fell in love with it because this palette, you guys, I get very unmotivated when it comes to eyeshadow sometimes. I don't know what looks to create and whatnot, but once I open this up, it just gives me so many ideas to come up with. And also one thing I do want to mention, I noticed with this palette, every 4 quads you can create a look with. So this quad right here could be a look, this one right here, this one over here. It's honestly just a very innovative palette, and I love this so much. And they have a lot of palettes out there that look like dupes of high-end palettes, so if you want to go ahead and check them out, definitely do because I am in love. And last but not least is Miss Huda Beauty, and I do have 2 products to talk about. The first one I do want to talk about is the Huda Beauty Topaz Obsessions palette, and honestly, I have seen this all over social media on YouTube, Instagram, and whatnot. There's so many different palettes like this, and honestly, I was just like $25 for a little palette. Like, who wants to do that? But honestly, you guys, the fact that you get 9 shades in here and they're so creamy and pigmented, and the pans are a lot bigger than I thought. For some reason, I thought they were really small, but they're a lot more bigger. But this palette right here is a very nice everyday palette for me, at least. Very natural palette. I can go ahead and throw it in my bag when I travel and go long. But let me go ahead and give y'all some swatches of this palette because it's a very nice bronzy palette, and when I tell y'all this is creamy and pigmented, I am not lying at all. Huda Beauty, her eyeshadow palettes in general, the big palettes are very expensive, like $65. That's a lot of money. But if you don't want to spend that much money on her palettes, go ahead and try these out because I feel like they're a little bit more affordable. And you do get a lot of shades in here too. All right, so these are the swatches right here, and y'all can just tell it's a very nice bronzy, orangey palette, and these are just like my shades, you guys. I love these so much. And honestly, she has so many different palettes out there. I do want to go ahead and pick up the green one, the blue one, and she recently released her neon palettes also, and I kind of want to see what those look like on the eyes, so I may go ahead and pick those up. But y'all, like, these are just so cute and travel friendly. I think they're worth the price, honestly, and you do get about 9 shades, so I think it's worth it. And the last one I do have is a Huda Beauty Tantour Contour and Bronzer Cream. I got it in the shade medium, and I know a lot of people, some people don't like this, some people do. On my skin personally, I love it because I do have oily skin, and once this dries down, you guys, it's a very matte product. But I love the shade, you guys, because a lot of cream contours out there are a little bit too dark for me, a little bit too on the orangey red side. This is a very nice neutral color on me. I mean, you guys can see what it looks like in the pan. I do have it on my face today, and y'all can just tell it gives me like that very bronzy look that you guys know I really like. But let me swatch it for you guys because it's kind of hard to see it on my skin. And when I tell you guys, this is such a creamy product. Like, it's so creamy and pigmented. You don't have to really dip your brush in this too much, but y'all can see what the shade looks like. Like I told you, it's not red, it's not orange, it's a very nice in between shade, and the way it blends out on the skin, you guys, is so easy to work with. I did a whole review of this on my channel, so you guys can go ahead and see the whole review on there. But for those who are still on the fence about this, if you do have oily skin, I think it works great on the skin. If you do have dry skin, I also feel like it will work because it's a very creamy product. But go ahead and try it out. If you don't like it, you can always return it. But for me personally, you guys, I do like this. All right, so those were other products I want to go ahead and talk to you guys about. I'm low-key losing my voice. I don't know what's going on, but I had a lot to share with you guys, and I do hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down below what products you guys picked up this past month, because I do want to check some products out. And of course, that's all I have for you guys today. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe your way out, and I'll see you in my next one.